There. All right, there we go. Three,
Got it.
2, and 1. Well, Mayor Shane, welcome back to Mayor's Monday here, WSAU, WSAU.com. A little later than normal, but hey, you know what? We're nothing if not flexible in this business.
Yes. Hi, Mike. How you been?
Good. As you can tell from me today, being flexible with my apparel, I have the Twins hat on. I have the German national team jersey on, and I went with the Houston Dynamo, Houston Dash background today. So I guess
mine's
the
same as it always is.
It is. Yes, a sign that we're just all over the place. Those do look like comfy chairs, though. Behind you, have they outfitted you with new chairs, comfy chairs in the office?
I think those are retro from the 70s. They're probably original from back then.
Hey, I could stand to steal one or two of those for gaming with the PS4 one of these days.
They be good gaming chairs.
Yeah, they look very comfy. So yeah, we've got obviously you've been busy the last couple of weeks. We've been busy up here. A lot of stuff going on in the city, but first off, I guess before you get really deep into doing anything in the city these days, you've got some new faces around City Hall that you got to get trained, don't you?
Yeah, we have we have one new council member, but he was about a year ago. So he was because of redistricting, he lost his seat. So he ended up running for the district he was in, and Jay Katnaugh is back on city council in District 6, I believe. Five. And so he's kind of jumping back into it and getting his feet re-wet and kind of getting going again.
Yeah, and with that comes the reorganization as well of the city council. And I believe, did you have that about a week or so ago? Correct.
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
Yeah. So how did that end up shaking out?
It was pretty smooth. I didn't make a lot of big changes on any committees and kind of kept things pretty close to the same. And I thought it was working well, and we rolled Jake into it, and he's going to take off running.
So how important then is the kind of that reorganizational meeting? Obviously, this time you said there wasn't much that went into it. He had one new member, but he was still pretty familiar. But how important is that, though, to kind of make sure that you keep the people in the experience positions where they are, but that things also don't end up getting stale and the discussion doesn't flow in those committees?
Yeah, alongside of those committees, it's also about, the council elects a new president, and they ended up electing the same president this year. We appoint people. I make a series of appointments to, boards and commissions, and I had a lot of people that are reappointed, and also had some new people on, like Plan Commission. We have a new member there, and so it's just kind of going through that. Surprisingly, there wasn't a lot of change. The council elected the same person to be on the Plan Commission, and our Parks Commission is pretty much the same. And so this year there wasn't a lot of change, and a new mayor could bring a lot of change in, or new dynamic of new council members. But since it kind of hasn't been a lot of change this year, we just kind of kept things as they were, and it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, indeed. And again, a lot of big projects too in process. So it's probably important that you have a lot of, I believe as they call it, institutional knowledge that is hanging around in some of those spots as well, correct?
Yeah, and it helped being that we had returning member returns. So, that institutional knowledge is very important. And there's a learning curve. And so if you can avoid some of that learning curve, it hopefully can hit the ground running a little quicker and continue on with projects and where we're at, and makes it smooth.
Absolutely. And one of those things that you've got coming back is going to be the No Mo May proposal.
No Mo May.
Yeah, everybody seems to love this. I know there's some studies out of Oshkosh that are being conducted and finalized. We're, I guess, finding out just maybe how effective or ineffective this is. But nonetheless, it seems like people in Wisconsin Rapids really liked this. And as we go into now, what is this, year 3 of this program?
The second year.
Second year? Okay.
Yeah, I think second year. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, tell us about that.
So this year we kind of, after talking to you last year, we this year we're not having people sign up or require yard signs. You can just choose to participate or not participate. And if you want a yard sign, we do have yard signs left. So if you want to show off that you are participating, we have signs that you can come in and pick up at the mayor's office. And yeah, so it should be pretty smooth this year without having the registration. And it was a big process for Emily in my office here to try to manage. You know, there was hundreds, and it was
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
was.
making sure that spreadsheet is nice and organized and
Mhm.
making sure everybody has access to it. Yeah, I think that's what we found here in Wausau as well, was it's just easier if we essentially suspend the city
Yep.
ordinance for a period of, 30, what does it end up being usually 30, 35 days,
Mhm.
something like that.
Yep. So we're following your lead this time, and yeah, I think it's just much easier to manage.
Mhm. And
And
then what
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
and
go ahead.
then what did you find then last year as far as feedback from residents goes on No Mo May?
Yeah, we received a lot of positive feedback. There was a lot of people that happy that we did it and we're doing it again. Um, we even had people outside of our community come in wanting signs and they want to participate and wanted their communities to participate. So it's a very popular thing for May to do. And um,
Hmm.
aside from a handful of people that have their own agendas or thoughts on it. It was
Mhm.
well received and it's worthwhile to do. And it's a good time for, the library to do educational things on pollinators and, trying to make more people aware of why we're doing it and why it's being done.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it is, as you said, completely voluntary.
Yep.
So people don't need to, if they don't want to participate, there's no penalty or
Right.
anything like that. And there's also no penalty for those that do. It's completely
Yep.
on your own call.
Yep. It's your own choice and take it or leave it.
Yeah, and I know some of the big complaints might be the dandelions seeding out
Yep.
a little bit, but there's stuff to take care of that as
Yeah, that's
well.
probably been the biggest complaint or, people complaining that we shouldn't be putting pesticides on our lawn and it's not going far enough. But I that's getting into the weeds a little too much, and so
I see what you
um,
did there.
so so we just choose to mow or not mow. That's up to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, one of the other things that you have coming up next week, actually, this is something that both Emily and you wanted to make sure that we got into this show. Once again, Emily, as you say, she's the one that kind of runs the city in the background. Uh, you got a big cultural event coming up tomorrow, actually, April 25th. Tell us about
Correct.
this.
Yep. So it's something Emily has been very passionate about. Cultural Coalition. There's a Facebook page on it at SWC Cultural Coalition. It's a free event and it's all the community's multicultural assets. It's an opportunity to hear a diverse community panelists, taste cultural foods, meet some new people from other cultures. They're going to have a social hour that's going to include scavenger hunt and they have limited daycare there. And I think it's a great event. And if you have an interest, please come to McMillan Library on tomorrow night on the 25th from 6 to 8 p.m.
So this is kind of a chance to step outside your bubble and
Mhm.
and try something different, or maybe even meet some new people in the community as well, right?
Absolutely. I just think, I was talking the other day on the radio about this event, and, we seem to be, no matter where you're from or what, we're all connected by food. And, here's an opportunity to try some other food from some other cultures. And, um, yeah, I think it'll be a great event.
What do you think is going to be the spiciest thing
I know
there?
exactly. I don't know, but I'm sure there'll be something.
That's what I want to know, is what will be the spiciest dish there, and can I try it? And then can I get the recipe as well? Because that I've heard that especially with the Afghan immigrants that we've had
Oh,
here in Wausau, I don't think we have anybody who's opened a restaurant yet, but I've been told that Afghan spice palette is out of this world, especially
really?
if you're a fan of spicy food.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know if I could do
I
it.
see I
I would
see
try,
your
but I don't know.
I see your heartburn beginning just thinking about it with you, but
Yeah, yes,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, it sounds like again a great event and something that for people in the Wisconsin Rapids community, you might might learn something new, and then you might realize, oh, hey, we've got a lot of cultures, represented here, and a lot of stuff that maybe we didn't know about to begin with.
Yeah, and it's at our McMillan Library, which has gone through some major renovations there and some updating, and it's an opportunity to check out that and see everything they've done there also.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to hearing about that, and again, hearing about some of the spicy food available there, at least on my end of it. Before we let you go, one more thing. You've been nominated and awarded Tree City USA again this year. You're telling me this is kind of old hat though for you in Wisconsin Rapids, is it not?
Well, we're Wisconsin Rapids, we're all about trees here in Wisconsin. So, Tree City is, I would think, would be something that hopefully every community would strive for. We plant a lot of trees, we maintain a lot of trees, we spend time and resources treating Dutch elm disease on our trees. And so, this is a recognition which, I'm thankful for. But being in Wisconsin, it's almost kind of maybe we should expect it a little bit. We also are a lot of times a bird city also, and we're working on trying to be a bike friendly city designation. So yeah, we're fortunate enough to be awarded again this year for activities, and hopefully it will continue on.
And this isn't something that you just get, though. It's something that you do have to work for, as you said, maintain those trees. You gotta be constantly out grooming them, pruning them. I was kind of surprised when I moved over here that it seems like the Parks and Rec department, it's not just the Parks and Rec department. There, a lot of the areas have forestry attached to
I
them
was
as
going to say
well.
most of them have foresters. Yep.
Yeah, so this is something that you actually do have to invest in to make sure that you end up keeping that designation.
Yeah, there's all those Tree City, Bird City, they all have certain criteria, program requirements that you need to meet to be able to carry that designation.
So again, we
Unlike
congratulate
you don't have many trees over by you.
we've got a few.
There are pockets.
There's pockets, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But see, it's it's great to see that you've been able to maintain that, and again, doing something for the future generation, as they say, when you are maintaining the trees. It's not necessarily for you, it's for those that are going to come after you. Well, Mayor Shea,
we've also learned though, cities typically buy trees in clumps and they plant them all, and then a new disease comes by and it takes care of them. So we're trying to now, when we purchase trees, we try to diversify our tree inventory. So should the latest, greatest bug or disease that comes around, it won't wipe out like all the elm trees or something along those things. So I think that's a proactive approach that our city's taking, is not investing in just one tree species, and we're trying to mix that up a little bit for that reason.
And yeah, right there, there's something else that somebody like me might not think about. And so
I probably wouldn't have thought about it either.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot that goes into this. Again, we appreciate the time, Mayor Shane. We'll look forward to chatting again next month.
Yeah, it was great seeing you, Mike. Thanks.